covering the villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News team.
New outdoor exercise equipment arrives at 2 recreation facilities. Plus, a local food pantry gets important new additions to help serve others. An estimated 6.7 million Americans 65 and older have Alzheimer's, according to the Alzheimer's Association. However, as the country continues to age, the amount of seniors 65 and older with the disease is expected to almost double by 2050. On March 20th, Village of Bradford seasonal residents Mary and Mike Hart joined about 900 people for the Alzheimer's Impact Movement Advocacy Forum in Washington, D.C., lobbying for Alzheimer's support. The event included educational sessions and advocacy events, such as legislature visits, and the rally was held in front of the White House. The Harts are part of the AIM leadership team, and like villagers Gina and Steve Waterhouse, they are longtime Alzheimer's advocates. The Waterhouses got involved after Gina was diagnosed. In January, Steve joined Florida Governor Ron DeSantis here in the Villages when the governor unveiled a legislative proposal to lower prescription drug prices. The issues form the core of this year's AIM Forum. Steve, who has been active at the Walk to End Alzheimer's events held in the Villages year after year, says the time spent in Washington, D.C. was a success. For more details, take a look at the front page of Thursday's Daily Sun. Middleton is officially on the map. The U.S. Postal Service will recognize Middleton as a designated location, meaning residents in the new family community being developed next to the Villages will be able to put Middleton, Florida, as their mailing address with zip code 34762. Middleton is being built as a separate community with its own unique amenities. This non-age restricted neighborhood is designed to draw and retain the workforce that supports retirees in the Villages with proximity to a new charter school campus. When complete, Middleton will include about 2,480 acres, up to 8,280 homes. The new school, a downtown area, and all recreation amenities will be accessible by walking, biking, or golf cart via a network of pathways, trails, and tunnels. After this short break, residents have even more reasons to get exercise outdoors.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
You want to enjoy your home, we know. To live well is to eat well. Doc's Restorations knows you want a beautiful kitchen to enjoy your favorite meals with your family. Licensed, bonded, and insured, we can make it happen. Bathroom? We work with trusted brands and American-made materials for a squeaky clean result. Family owned and operated for over 14 years, experienced craftsmen and design consultants. We stand on it. We'll make you look like a million. It's up to you what you tell your neighbors. And much more. So relax. Doc's Restorations will take care of it all for you. One company, one source, one solution.
This is VNN.
Just last month, new outdoor exercise equipment was unveiled at Colony Cottage and Seabreeze Recreation. Already for the past couple of weeks, Richard and Lucy Latender have been getting in some good workouts using the machines at Seabreeze.
We just noticed that these are going to be opening up soon, so we're trying to do our regimen of doing this on Fridays, on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sunday, or sometimes we'll take Sunday off, but we try to do 2 days here and 3 days at home on a treadmill. It's amazing how many different exercises you can do on one machine. You can get to meet new people, and I don't know, it's just a nice atmosphere.
Richard recommends villagers give the outdoor exercise equipment a try because he thinks it's really worth it. There at Seabreeze Recreation, the fitness equipment is attached to the walking path. Colony Cottage Recreation Facilities Manager Michelle O'Donnell is already receiving positive feedback from residents. She says the equipment just adds one more way to enjoy the healthy lifestyle that they strive to provide, as working out outside or inside promotes that healthy lifestyle, and being outside adds the value to include fresh air. The outdoor exercise equipment is placed along the walking trails near recreation centers throughout this community. Each location features ellipticals, a chest press, a ski machine, and more. None of the machines use free weights or need any adjustments. Seabreeze Recreation Area Manager Mike Burleson says the equipment is body balanced, which allows a person to use their weight as resistance, providing a fun and unique experience. The outdoor fitness equipment is available from 7 a.m. to dusk every day. Find out more about this new equipment in Thursday's Daily Sun.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
Mostly sunny the next few days with highs in the upper 80s, low 90s. Friday, 90 degrees. Saturday, 88. A change in the weather starting Sunday. Easter looks to be a bit wet in the afternoon with rain chances at 40%. Monday and Tuesday also 40% in the afternoon. Temperatures change to the high 70s. Sunday, 78. Monday, 76, and the same for Tuesday.
Softball is, of course, a popular outdoor sport right here in this community. There are more than 100 games played throughout the villages each week during a season. The village's recreation softball program features 3 divisions of women's play, and there is also co-ed play in neighborhood divisions. Players have to go through evaluations to be placed in the division that matches their skill level. For more details about how you can get involved on the softball diamond, you can call the Recreation Department at 352-674-1800. Up next, a local food pantry expands its reach.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible, so call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Rocking, dancing,
Shake your body, baby, do that conga.
relaxing, or romancing. Thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The Christian Food Pantry of Lady Lake can now make an even bigger impact on its community. They just added about 400 square feet onto its current building, which now houses a walk-in freezer, walk-in refrigerator, along with more space for valuable volunteers to work within.
This has made it so much nicer. Our deliveries now come in a separate door. We can walk things right into the freezer or refrigerator and then put them away or use them later. It just made it more wonderful. During COVID, we got a lot of grant money through Second Harvest, which allowed us to put some reserve money aside to do this. So we can't thank the community enough. We've gotten donations from estates. We've gotten large donations from single individuals, many donations from groups throughout Harbor Hills and the villages and just the community in general, Summerfield. So I just want to say thank you. They've made it possible for us to do this. We are getting more product. Water Oaks just had a food drive and they brought in 3 truckloads and a van load of food. The stores are great. Winn-Dixie and Target and Publix and Wawa actually also donate to us. So they're good partners. We used to not be able to take as much produce. Now we can get free produce from Second Harvest twice a month, that we have room to refrigerate it, so it will help us overall tremendously. Most of our clients are older and on disability or single Social Security, and they really need the help, and they're thankful. They don't want to come here, but they're so thankful that we're here to help them. They're excited when we have produce. If we have apples or oranges or fresh vegetables, they really enjoy that. During COVID, we reduced the number of volunteers we had just so we wouldn't be so crowded. Now we're staffing up better with volunteers. They have time to take a break in a 2-hour period. They're not running all the time. They need to sit down. They can socialize a little bit too, which is nice. And they love working here. Once a volunteer starts here, they generally don't leave because it's just such rewarding work. We also take dog and cat food. And paper products, toiletries, things like that. Those are the things that we get the least of, so those are always appreciated.
Carol says the pantry is currently in need of someone who can drive their van to pick up donations from stores. To help out or to make a donation, visit the pantry between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. The Christian Food Pantry is located at 103 East Lady Lake Boulevard. When Joan Bender and Dick Boyden moved to the Villages, they were inspired to fill a void they saw in helping others. This led to the creation of Our Moment Cafe, which allows caregivers and their loved ones with Alzheimer's dementia to attend together.
For the caregiver, it's a lonely trip, and there aren't a lot of things they can do if they have a loved one with Alzheimer's and dementia. It's a problem. Their social network is broken. Many people don't want to do the same things they did if they played cards. They can't do that anymore, most of them. They don't go out anymore. So it's really important that they socialize. The brain actually needs socialization. And so this is one way that they can have it in a safe, secure, happy environment. We're proud to do that. And we got 22 wonderful volunteers. We trained them because we're both also certified dementia practitioners.
We conduct a 2-hour training, which gives them the orientation in order to engage folks with Alzheimer's and dementia, and gives them a different skill set as a volunteer. So this is something that was we made mandatory as far as volunteering was concerned. And I think the result shows in that they're more engaging, don't feel any awkward moments, and they make people feel right at home.
Last year, the Villages Homeowners Advocates presented Joan and Dick with a plaque as Our Moment Cafe was selected as a Volunteer Organization of the Year.
It was a special honor for acknowledging the volunteers that we have working in our program, but I think it's also symbolic for the people who volunteer throughout the community. And I'm glad that they took the time to acknowledge the value of what volunteering is. So we know what that value is for our program, and it certainly probably wouldn't exist without it. We're at capacity now. In fact, we have a waiting list. And what we're trying to do is encourage organizations in the Villages, church groups, that kind of thing, to begin their own cafe program, because it will certainly meet a need that hasn't been met so far.
And my dad always taught me, if you are fortunate, you give back. You do something to help other people.
Joan, Dick, and the group's volunteer coordinator, Carol Wolf, are certified dementia practitioners. For even more about this group, which is a 501c3, you can visit ourmomentcafe.org. We'll be back with more news from Florida's friendliest hometown.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN. Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
You're here to have fun. lots of fun. We're Lake Nutrition Center, your health food store. We offer vitamins, supplements, immune boosters, gluten-free and plant-based options that will support your health. We're here to help you feel better, sleep better, manage your stress of those pickleball tournaments, navigate the traffic circles, and help you with your golf game. We look forward to meeting you and helping you stay healthy and have more fun.
The Villages High School senior ace pitcher put on a dazzling performance Wednesday night. Carter Park struck out 5 and gave up just 2 hits in a complete game 3-0 shutout against Trinity Catholic. Carter retired the final 9 batters he faced, and the Villages sent all 9 of their hitters to the plate in the 3rd inning, scoring 3 runs, leading to the team's first shutout this spring. Buffalo Danny Bidding and Lincoln Gage delivered back-to-back RBI singles. Buffalo head coach Alec Menendez says Carter was their #1 all the way around on Wednesday as he attacked with his fastball and mixed in off-speed stuff early to keep Trinity Catholic off balance. Carter now has an earned run average of 1.28. The Villages was back on its home field Thursday, hosting Lecanto. The Villages High School's girls tennis team played another tough opponent on Wednesday. In the Buffalo's final regular season match, they came up short, losing 4-3 against Westport. Junior Morgan Chandler was the only Villages singles player to earn a win on the afternoon. Villages head coach Tony Simonelli says that was a great team they played against, and they played with them shot for shot most of the time. He says it was a good warm-up for the team because it was good, hard competition. The Villages will head to Sanford for the District 5 tournament Monday and Tuesday. Ellen Brooks says a lot of the teams they have played recently they will see in the district, so it was really preparing them for their next battles, putting them in that hard work mindset. Follow the Daily Sun sports section for coverage of local high school teams. It's time now for a brief commercial break.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
If you get a hearing test, you should also have what's called speech and noise testing. Most of our patients will tell you they have trouble understanding people when there's a lot of ambient noise. So if I don't test you in noise, how do I quantify your handicap? How do I pick the right technology to overcome that? So speech and noise is a big part of our test, but guess what? It takes 2 minutes. It's simple, it's effective, it's scientific. We do it. I'm happy to report that. The other thing that's huge is a cognitive health screening. We know that untreated hearing loss damages the brain. It alters structures of the brain. Well, if I put hearing devices on you and I get the signal to the brain, but the brain is changed, right, that impacts how well the treatment works. So when I screen cognition, when we screen cognition, we get this information about 3 different domains of your cognitive health. And then we test you again in 4 months, right? So I treat your hearing loss, you go through your adaptation and your rehab process. You come back in 4 months and I put you back on that device. And guess what? We're seeing improvements in memory and executive function. So not only do we listen to your problem and treat it effectively, we're also really big about outcomes and validating them.
Mellow Road CBD puts innovation first, giving you the newest line of CBD products in the market. From CBD-infused coffee to gummies, lotions, and oils, MellowRoadCBD.com solutions are designed to help muscle and joint pain, sleeplessness, and even aging and dry skin. Visit MellowRoadCBD.com today to learn more about the various ways they can help you live a balance of physical and mental wellness. MellowRoadCBD.com. Order now and receive 20% off with coupon code VILLAGES exclusively for residents of the Villages.
Easter is coming up on Sunday, and the city of Wildwood is having an Easter extravaganza. This will take place on the baseball fields at Millennium Park in Wildwood from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Children ages 3 to 12 and their families can spend the day visiting the petting zoo, play in bounce houses, get their faces painted, and more. The Lake County Fair is also going on now. Thursday was the start of the 102nd year of this fair in Eustis. The fair is open from 5 to 10 p.m. on weekdays and from 1 to 10 p.m. weekends, now through April 15th. As with every county fair, you can enjoy rides, live music, see livestock up close, and catch the Robinsons racing pigs, plus more. Tickets start at $12. For more information, you can visit lakecofair.com. The Lake County Fair is located at 2101 County Road 452 in Eustis. Live musical entertainment is available here every day of the year. These are the bands ready to perform for you on Friday. That's all the news we have for you now. Pick up a copy of Friday's Daily Sun to read about new leaders with music in motion. Get out there and enjoy the Village's lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show.
Oh, look at that. That's so impressive.
Building their self-confidence, you know, and making them realize they can do more than just what's being taught in school.
I think you're teaching them the basics of programming.
It's just so rewarding to see the smile on their face when they achieve the task given. I mean, just the pride in their smile is just like nothing.
First time they see that robot move because of what they did in the program, even if it's simple as sticking a magnetic strip in a coder and pressing go and seeing it move, it just really turns them on and they're like, I can do this. So it's really fun to, it's very rewarding to teach them. There are 22 pieces of silver and 2 pieces of gold. So what we do is we try and make it a game. We've got them for 30 or 45 minutes every week or two, you know, only when they're in their after-school program. So we try and make it fun for them, but we want to give them a challenge and see if they can solve it. When they first come in, they're like, there's no way I can get it to do this. Yesterday we had them picking up magnets, carrying them across the scoring line and dropping them. And you kind of look, you know, take it one step at a time. You can code this. They get it, they pick it up, they start heading that way. They have some trial and error in there, which is really part of any coding. And when they get it across that finish line and they score that point, their face just lights up like I never thought I'd be able to do this. It's really cool.
Just the pride in their smile, you know, they just get so much pride. And I believe, you know, any successful child needs to be, has to have self-confidence, has to have pride in themselves in order to, you know, achieve their goals in life beyond, you know, their environment. These kids are just, they're great. They're great kids. You know, they just need some inspiration. They really do, and self-confidence.
The first thing that we did, we said before we even try and do anything, we just got to make something drive.
The workload is pretty intense. Building the robot, prototyping takes a lot of time.
there's very little that's not possible if they just put their mind to it, and that's what they've done here. In this particular challenge, they have to pick up a number of rings, and they're oddly shaped rings. They're not perfectly flat. They're oblong and they're also concave. They have to pick these up, put them on a goal, pick up that goal, and put it on a teeter-totter type balance. And they have 2 minutes to do it in.
The first thing we did was try and make something that moves. We tried very basic, just a little cart that goes around, and once we got that done, we started to rebuild a whole new thing.
It was a very long process because this is the first time that we really built anything like this. Like the closest thing I've ever done to it was Legos when I was younger. We just spent the next 2 weeks or something thinking about all the different ideas. We went through a bunch of different plans as to what we would do.
As they begin to work and get their hands dirty and take out the mechanics and the pieces and they put them together and they look at the robots and they start doing the programming, they begin to see. And then the light comes on. People previously thought that perhaps computer science was only for the really, really smart or the really, really great at math. And that's not entirely true. They each have their own strengths. Some of them are better at mathematics and programming, and some of them are better at envisioning what a final solution should look like. This is just plain fun. I mean, when you think about all the things you do in school and things you've learned, this has some very enjoyable aspects to it. It's just plain fun.
We have the door open, so a lot of times teachers and sometimes students come in chiming in. I've seen a few kids say that they would join the Computer Science Academy if they get to do this as well, so that's very cool.
Seeing it all finally come together and make our original idea actually work, that was great.
There's nothing that they cannot achieve if they can think about it, think through it logically, and take it step by step. That and the camaraderie that they've all gained throughout the process, it's remarkable. So when you can take fun and you can put it with education and things that they're learning and put those things together, you've got a recipe for success. And this is the culmination of 3 years of work for each of them.
After my husband passed away, I didn't date for years. I recently met Bill online, and we've really hit it off. I'm supposed to meet him for the first time next week. He just needs $500 for a plane ticket.
Online dating scams like this one can be hard to recognize at first. But when someone you've never met asks you for money, it should be a red flag.
It turns out Bill isn't actually Bill at all. He's a scam artist who preys on people like me. Don't make the same mistake I did.
I'm gonna need a pound of bologna, a half pound of Swiss, and a hearing aid special.
One moment.
This is programmable, right?
What am I, a doctor?
Why buy a hearing aid where you buy your groceries?
Our doctors of audiology and licensed hearing aid specialists do one thing and one thing only, hearing aids.
You don't have to go to a big box store to get an inexpensive hearing aid.
We fit only the world's best hearing aids at the lowest prices anywhere, we guarantee it.
Call today and try any hearing aid absolutely free. Visit EliteHearingCenters.com.